Hey guys, I'm Allison, I'm the Pampered Wife. Today we are going to go over some of my current favorites. They're mostly new products. I just want to touch base on some products I've shown in here before. So I want to give you my thoughts on how I'm feeling. I have some other products that I liked and now I'm not so crazy about, and vice versa. We've got some sunscreen, vitamin C, perfume, makeup, body wash. So let's just go ahead and jump in. Okay, starting off, what I have on my face right now is this Bloom Effects Vitamin C Facial Oil. It's royal tulip derived and it's got 20% THD. THD is tetrahexadecyl, I believe, ascorbate. It is a more stable form of vitamin C that just hasn't had as many studies done. I hadn't worn vitamin C for a while and I ran out of whatever I was using. I talked about it most recently in my daytime skincare routine. Well, I think I said I wasn't going to repurchase it and I can't even think of what it is. Anyway, it's so beautiful. Look at this beautiful packaging. It's glass and I do have it on my face. I went ahead and put it on just so it could sink in. It is in squalane, which is a skin identical oil, or an oil our skin already makes, but this is the vegan form because otherwise it was typically derived from sharks. Anyway, it's beautiful. It doesn't have a scent really, but yet when I put it on my face, I could sort of smell something nice. It just rubs in and leaves this beautiful finish, which you see on my face as well. This is a new purchase, so I don't have much to say about it yet, except that Bloom Effect is a beautiful brand, and I have one of their blushes that I love, and this is a beautiful product, very lightweight. That's what I already have on. Then we're gonna go in with the new RMS SPF. I'm just looking for it here. It's the RMS Supernatural Radiant Serum SPF 30 Broad Spectrum Sunscreen. I have medium aura, which is the medium shade. It does come in 3 shades. You don't need to shake it. It is a pretty small amount given the price, so this is one I'm actually really loving. It's a bit expensive. However, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. It's not as liquidy as I would think. It's quite creamy actually. It's not at all gritty. It's not super emollient, but it's like it thins out as you rub it around, and then it leaves a beautiful finish. It blurs the pores and texture, and it provides just the slightest bit of coverage. So you can see the difference here. It's a little deep for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on and show you. So here it is all rubbed in. It's a beautiful finish. I mean, it's not gonna cover my melasma, dark spots, it's not gonna hide my wrinkles or anything like that, but it's a beautiful finish. I don't find it too shiny. I mean, I've seen some things on Instagram and people put it on, it looks so shiny, but it's so nice. I mean, look, it's so nice. It has the slightest scent. I'm not sure what it is, if it's lavender. Maybe I'll try to look it up. I believe this has skincare ingredients as well. It's powered with Glowflex, Glowplex, I believe. But I have no idea what that is. There's no information about the Glowplex on here that I can see, so I cannot share that with you. On the note of sunscreen, someone had asked if I had a body sunscreen to recommend, and I really didn't. So I've been looking into that, and I found one that I love. It's the Kinfield Cloud Cover. It's water resistant for 80 minutes. And it's mineral body sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 35. It comes in 2 sizes. I actually have both, but I didn't bring the larger one in here. This is the smaller size. And I'm gonna show you, this also has a very slight scent that dissipates quickly. It's, you know, a squeezed tube. That's enough for my arm, which I didn't mean to get quite that much out. I think it's a little citrus. I'm so bad with naming scents. So at first it does look a little bit white, but it rubs in nicely. It feels like a thicker lotion on the skin. It's not greasy. It sinks in quickly, like it's already sunk in. And it doesn't leave any tack, greasiness, none of that. So here are the 2 arms. So anyway, I'm loving that for all over the body or parts that are exposed, my arms, my legs, because I've started using a body retinol cream when I remember. Okay, another thing that I did mention in the last video, but I cannot get enough of it is this Dirty Peach from Heretic Perfume, or from Heretic. I love this. I'm gonna spray it. I cannot get enough of it. The scent is amazing. I just wish it lasted longer, or maybe was the teeniest bit stronger, because I love the scent. But I really wear it for me. I don't know that anybody else can smell it. No one's made a comment, but I'm so in love with it. I really don't care. I absolutely love it, and I've never loved a perfume like this since my 20s. Okay, one more thing before I get into makeup is this Moon Rivers Naturals Hand and Body Peppermint Lava Salt. It's a nutrient-rich body cleanser, specially designed for those deathly afraid of a used bar of soap with or without the curlies. I think I've read this on here before. Nutrient-rich oils saponified and blended with the vital minerals of lava salt, the detoxifying power of activated charcoal, and the bright, energizing infusion of peppermint. I have been loving this. I keep it in my gym bag, and I do mix it up some before I use it, because all of the lava and charcoal settle to the bottom, but they are really detoxifying. It's not at all abrasive, but it really cleanses the skin. After I've worked out, like a good workout, I just feel gross, and this just leaves me feeling refreshed because of the peppermint essential oil, and it lathers nicely. I mean, not a lot, but it does foam up some. I've just really, really enjoyed it and wanted to give it a shout out. Loving this. For foundation, I mentioned that I have the Rituel de Fille 3-drop weightless serum foundation, and here it is. I have the shade 130. It is plastic. I expected glass, but I think it's plastic. So you push the button on the bottom. We'll do 3 drops. This shade, I was color matched by Rituel de Fille months ago. I think it was the very beginning of spring. And I feel like this shade at this point is not exactly right. I've only used fingers with this because it is so lightweight. It feels like nothing. The original formula felt gritty. This has no texture really that I can feel, like no grit. The original formula was heavily scented with frankincense. This has virtually no scent that I can detect. I don't think so. And look at that. I mean, it's really like putting something thicker than water, but like a colored water on your face. It is so lightweight. You really don't feel it. It's not particularly greasy. I felt like the other one was greasier. You had to shake it. Like I said, there was a texture and a lot of scent. I know right now it looks scary, but let's just look at that beautiful finish, the light coverage that it gave, but I like that my skin still looks like skin, and it just smoothed everything over, really gave it a more uniform look. It has a beautiful finish. It's not too dewy, even though it may look a bit dewy. Oh, sorry, my nose is itchy. So I am really enjoying that. I don't know, when I'm not testing it out, it's not the one I'm reaching for, and I'm not exactly sure why. I feel like maybe because of the shade isn't perfect, but really none of my foundations are perfect on me, so I'll just keep playing with it, keep you posted. I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, it's super lightweight. You don't need a lot. It's gonna last a long time. It comes in quite a few shades. I only have good things to say about it. I think maybe it's the shade that I'm not quite liking on me. I don't know, but let's keep going with another favorite. It's the Jane Iredale Enlighten Plus Under Eye Concealer SPF 30 UVA UVB PA+++. This is a favorite for at least 2 years now. They changed the packaging. It's so much better. I still love it. Reach for it every day in the summer. Actually, this is my favorite all around under eye concealer generally. I love that it has the SPF. Here it has the, actually I do put it right on my eyes a lot. It has the flat metal dispenser, which is cooling. And then I just tap it in. I do bring it onto my eyelids because I want some SPF on my eyelids. Oh, I didn't tell you the shade. I have the shade, I believe it's number 1, and it is just a peachy shade that I think does a beautiful job covering up the darkness in the inner corner of my eyes. It's kind of moussey and creamy, and I can tap it in. I don't have to do a lot of tugging, and then it sinks in, and it looks like skin. It doesn't burn my eyes. It's very comfortable. It wears well. I don't have creasing with it. I don't powder it. It looks a little shiny in this light maybe, and I don't understand why, but the past like 3 or 4 times I filmed, I sit down and it's like the sun goes away. I don't understand, and I feel like I look crazy scary. Let me see if I can turn this down. There. Now let me come closer and show you. Ooh, I did order 2 more things from Rituel de Fille, which should be here probably today after I film, but in the meantime, I am still loving the Westman Atelier contour stick in the shade Biscuit. I mean, you cannot mess this up. It is so user-friendly. It is so emollient. You hardly touch it to your face. You hardly use any pressure. You just skim it over your skin just to add some definition to my face. But I really do love this. And then this, I've tried using a brush, and the best way for me is to use my fingers. Maybe if you use a sponge, that'll work too, but you just press it in and that's it. Like, you cannot mess this up. I don't think you could overdo it. The same can be said of her blush though. Like, I feel like it just disappears on me. Maybe I should try a different shade. Just as a side note, I have also been using the Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Drops a lot. I've been mixing this in with the Rituel de Fille foundation. I'll put 2 drops of foundation, 1 drop of this on the back of my hand, mix it together and put it on my face just to deepen up the shade, make it go a little bit better on my summer skin tone, and it's been really great. The Rituel de Fille formula, it was flawless mixing that in. I've never had any problem with the Rituel de Fille no matter what I've used it over. No pilling, or it hasn't accentuated dry spots, and why I can't figure out why I don't reach for it more often, because it really is quite excellent. I am still absolutely loving my Victoria Beckham eyeliner in the shade Brightening Waterline Pencil. It's just a cream color that goes right in the waterline. So if you're like me and you have allergies and typically red eyes, irritated skin around your eyes from rubbing, it just brightens up, makes you look a little bit younger, more awake. Not when I see myself in the monitor. I don't look younger or awake. Let's go ahead and do bronzer. This is one that I just still love. It's the Alima Pure bronzer. It's a loose powder bronzer in the shade Mauna Loa. I love the packaging. It's so compact. You get a lot of product. It's lightweight. It is plastic. It's great to travel with. A locking sifter top, which I also love for travel with a loose powder. This bronzer I just love. I've loved it for years. It has a beautiful finish to it. It looks nice on the skin. See? So I wanted to share that one with you because I've had it for years. I still love it. It's still good. I just think Alima Pure's powder, loose powder products are phenomenal, and I don't hear them talked about enough. So I wanted to include that one because I still use it. I still love it. It's still a favorite. Now I'm gonna go in, I think let's do brows. This is one that is not a favorite. This is the Rose Ink Brow Gel in Fill 04. So I don't know if that's like a medium brown. It's still, I've had it quite a while. It's still very wet. And what I would say is it's great for adding color. It doesn't really provide hold. I wish it were a little bit drier in formula because it just can be messy and I can get too much on. Sometimes it ends up on my skin. This is quite a deep shade. I actually would prefer a lighter shade, which is my own fault. That's just shade match. But there you go. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's perfectly fine, but I would not repurchase this one. The longer I've had it, the more I've come to realize it just isn't what I'm looking for. It's too deep a shade, which again, I could get a more pale shade, but it's very wet and doesn't really provide hold. So this one's just okay, but it also depends on what you're looking for. Maybe that's what you want. Let's revisit for a second the Jones Road Just a Sec eyeshadow. I believe I have the shade Pewter. This reminds me very much of the Westman Atelier iPods because when you touch it, it's that same sort of bounciness. It's almost like a damp powder. It's in between and it's kind of bouncy. It's really neat and I love the texture. In the past, I've said there's really not much to this. It doesn't leave much pigment on the eye. You know, I was really kind of disappointed. What I realized is I just wasn't using enough. So here it is. And I'll show you if I tap it and spread at the same time instead of just spreading it all around like I had been doing for a light wash of color, this actually is really pretty. So I've been wearing this summer, even in the daytime. You can see it does have some glitter particles in it, but you don't feel them. This does not irritate my eyes like so many other products that I've had to give away, including the RMS liquid eyeshadows that are RMS, yes, RMS, that dry down and are so beautiful. Those irritate the crap out of my eyes. So many products like this, I guess is what I'm saying. But look how pretty this is in the pot. It just has to be shared. I just think it's so pretty. It's kind of odd that this is what I'm reaching for in the summer, but I'm just loving cream eyeshadows in general, or drier cream eyeshadows. Even though it's summer and most people want to use powders and things that really dry down, this is just what I'm loving. This will crease some, it will fade throughout the day, but it's really pretty. I'm really enjoying it. I can really build it up like I did today, or I can tone it down and do a light wash of color. And so this is one that I didn't really like that I'm actually going back on and saying I'm really enjoying, and I could see getting other colors. On that same note, I also purchased a Rituel de Fille eye soot. I got the shade Fauna. Rituel de Fille has repackaged their eye soots. They used to be in these kinds of containers, these pots. They were plastic and narrow and quite difficult to fit a finger in, especially if you had nails. Same product, really beautiful, but now it's in this flat pot. It's glass. Look at the difference in the opening. So let me go ahead and open up Fauna. Gorgeous, so pretty. Now this ended up being a little more pink than I realized. Not sure how I didn't realize that. It's obviously very pink. I was just sniffing because so many of Rituel de Fille's products do have essential oils in them, usually lavender. Let's go ahead and put it right next to the Jones Road. So it's a little, well, you also could sheer it out more, but it's obviously a little more opaque, more shiny. It's just beautiful and I love it. I just wish it weren't quite so pink on me, but you know what? Let's go ahead and put a little bit in the center of the eye. Isn't that so pretty? So pretty. Rituel de Fille just, they do something special. I'll link my Rituel de Fille video where I go over as a brand. I think I'm even, it's so hard to tell in this light. I hope you guys can tell. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. The texture of this is not at all like the Jones Road. This is not that bouncy, cushiony feeling. It's just more of a typical cream eyeshadow feeling, and yet it's completely different from any other cream eyeshadow. Obviously, I love that. I mean, I have a few of their eye soots. I absolutely love all of them. I didn't realize how much Rituel de Fille I'm using. So I'm also absolutely loving their Color Nectar in Glass Wing. It's actually not a very big container. I have one of their highlighters, and the highlighter is quite a bit larger, but it's plenty of project. Has a mirror. It's a nice mirror, and I find I use it quite a bit actually, not just in here, but in all of their compacts like this. This shade is so gorgeous. It looks scary in the pot. It's just a slippery-ish cream. It almost feels like a lip balm, and it does look scary here on my finger. I'm not gonna lie. Let's put it here to show you the full range. I don't find it greasy or slippery on the skin, and it provides like a watercolor wash of color. There's plenty of pigment there, but it actually is not scary at all. It does smell like lavender, but it's not overwhelming. And then I just pat it in and it looks like a flush of color. Somehow I feel like it looks quite natural. Isn't that pretty? It's more like a gel, like it just leaves a watercolor kind of finish, and I think it's just beautiful. This is the blush I've been reaching for every day. I have been going on top of it with a Jones Road blush. This is so funny that these are my go-tos this summer so far. This is called the Best Blush, and it's in the shade Pop. Let's see for size how this compares. Okay, so they're the same size. This one also has a mirror. This is great packaging because it's flat, lightweight, has the big mirror, and this actually has a little bit of shimmer in it. I don't know if that's coming through. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it doesn't show up shimmery and sparkly on the face at all. And this is a dry formula. Like, it is a dry powder, but it doesn't have any kick up. and it's just a bright pop of color. And I've been putting that on top just to kind of have a powder on top of all these creams. I really like to mix creams and powders, as you saw. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that a little bit here. Revisiting another product that I absolutely loved is the Tower 28 Sunny Days, I don't know, it is their mascara. This is a travel size or trial size. It's got that super cool wand. It has a super cool wand that traps product in there. And it is a bit art-shaped. One side is flatter, so it's easy to apply. I loved this. I was so impressed with it. Lately, not so much. Okay, that was a really quick application. I did get it on my eyelid. Did I just get it under my eye too? No. I think it looks nice, but it has been smudging every day after, well, it depends, but definitely after a few hours I'll have black smudging. So it's just not wearing as well as I remember it wearing, and that's really disappointing. I don't know if it depends on the batch. You know, the first batch I got was amazing, wore really well, or if it's just as time goes on, it's less good. I really don't know. But at this point, I would not repurchase this one. I would go back to the Jones Road mascara. I would go back to the RMS, the peptide, volumizing peptide mascara. Those are the two that are coming to mind right now. And then for lips, so I did have the Rituel de Fille. Again, wow, I really love their products. The Rituel de Fille new lab access release of their lip balm lip gloss. I believe they still have this shade. This is the shade, yes, Rose Crush. They have changed the packaging. They are now in glass tubes. This one is very scented with ginger. They've taken that out. I think they kept the doe foot the same, but I'm not sure. Again, I believe it's gonna arrive today. But this is a shade that they still have. No, I know they changed it. Well, or they changed something, because one of the issues that we all had who were testing these out, you hardly get any product when you pull it out, and you really have to dip in once or twice to get any kind of color payoff. I'm so glad they got rid of the scent or toned it way down. Again, I'll have to let you know. It's just a very natural lip shade for me, and so I've been wearing this a lot as well. I don't want to look too made up. It's really a balm. Just a comfortable balm. It's not the least bit sticky. There isn't a lot of shine to it. I did already have a lip balm on. Speaking of lip balms, let's revisit the Mera lip balm. This is the Sea Silk lip balm with algae and moringa, I believe oil, I'm not sure. It's so luxurious feeling, and the texture is so luxurious as well, but I've just not really been impressed with the results. It doesn't last long on my lips. It's strongly scented with lavender, which somehow doesn't bother me. It's actually kind of nice. Here it is. It looks beautiful. It's thicker. It's a bit tacky, and it seems like it'd be occlusive and stay for a long time, but for some reason it doesn't. Maybe if I apply it more regularly, I'll find that it's something that really benefits, nurtures, heals my lips, but I haven't found that so far, and that's just an update on that. To finish the look, I've really just been going in with one of the blushes and putting it some up here, or even I've been using pretty much the Tower 28 multi-liner, but I think that's in my purse. And I have the shade, so this is the Fit Glow lip liner in Buff, which has a brush on one side and the wooden tip on the other. I know people have said, oh, I wouldn't use an eyeliner as an eyeshadow or that kind of thing, but I like multi-use, and I feel like this just kind of ties the whole look together. So let me know in the comments if you think this eye looks better now that I've made that change, or if you prefer without it. It's very subtle. If you know me, you know I love highlighter. I have been reaching for the OG highlighter. All of their stuff is jojoba oil based, and this is the shade Opal. It's a really nice, heavy stick. I don't put it directly on my face. I use my finger to heat up a little bit on the tip of my finger and then pat it in. I'm using very little because I'm already pretty glowy, but I just feel like in summer that's completely appropriate. And so here that is. I think it's just a beautiful, subtle highlighter, and so I've been loving and reaching for this one. No scent, and I forgot one product. I gotta go grab it. I'll be right back. Now that we're finishing up the video, the sun's sort of peeking back out, but that's okay. Maybe you can see everything a little bit better. Okay, so the final product that I have absolutely been reaching for over any other setting spray is the Cali Ray Surf Proof Setting Spray. You do need to shake it. It's a really nice size. It's not overly expensive in my opinion. Smells like coconut in a beautiful way. I probably overdid it, but I don't care. It smells good, it feels refreshing, it's a really fine mist. And then I just let that sink in. I don't pat it in or anything, and everything, all the powders congeal nicely on my face with the cream products, and it just makes it look more natural. Ooh, I'm also wearing a lot of this Live Tinted lip gloss. And I think this was a limited edition in the shade Brilliant, but they've released more shades. I really, really like their lip glosses. I love the doe foot. It's really flexible and big, so that's one thing. Oh, I put it on top of the highlighter. That's okay. So that is it. Let me know if you have any questions on any of this stuff, what you're wearing. I just have a nice glowy, fresh summer look. Now, if I were gonna powder, I have been reaching for the Say Translucent Air Set Setting Powder. This is my favorite. Doesn't dry me out. It does a little teeny bit of mattifying, but it still looks very skin-like. I absolutely love that. I do have the shade, well, I guess the shade is translucent, but it is tinted. Like I said, I think that's everything. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me. I'm still working on trying to come up with an unscented skincare routine. Someone requested that. I thought that was a great idea. I just don't know that I have all the products, or maybe if I look back through things. So I hope this was helpful, informative, use of fun, entertaining something. I hope you guys are having a great summer, and as always, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.